Forward fold. How does forward fold feel when you're in your standing position? So quite a few different ways we can go about doing varieties here too. So let's think of your feet, soles of your feet, quite connected and rooted, lifting your toes and then lowering them down. My feet are hip width apart, and then I'm feeling like my sit bones pressing back, lengthening through the crown of my head, hands to the high setting on the block. So this is one way to come into a version of your forward fold. This can be spicy on tight hamstrings for sure. So we can take a bend in the knees. We can still have a bend in the knees, pressing the sit bone back, reaching through the crown of the head. Maybe it feels good to keep that soft bend in the knees as we round through the spine. These blocks bring the earth closer. So you have a bit more length. Your hands can rest on blocks. They don't have to be on the ground. So right here, we're finding length through the spine. We're offering some opening through the backs of the legs. If it's available, you can work towards straightening the legs, but it's not necessary. That's going to be quite a lot right here for many of us. You can take a bit of movement. This is, I guess, what's called ragdoll fold here. If you have the space to take your hands to the ground, still soft in the knees, and you might alternate straightening one leg and then the other. These are just different techniques you can try. Feel like a bit of movement in your practice. So all of these levels here come into that same opening that we're targeting in our standing forward fold. When we are doing a seated forward fold, we have a bit different with the gravity, taking a bit of adjustment, moving the fleshy bits from the bottom so that your sit bones can connect to your mat. You can even sit on a chip foam block. It's got a little bit, or a folded blanket, just to get a little bit of lift into the back of the pelvis to tilt forward. Because many of us just sitting upright are the way that our pelvis and the way that our muscle tightness is, we feel like we're always leaning back, and sitting upright can feel like a chore. If that makes sense, please find a little bit of height to sit on. So trying that, getting that tilt to your pelvis forward, and then even just sitting your legs outright, we're asking the hamstrings to be lengthened right here. And if you are feeling tight hamstrings, right here is plenty of pose. So what can we do? Let's take a bit of support under the back of the thighs. I have a rolled blanket. You can take, I kind of like to play with placing it a little mid thigh. You can go under the knees, but try this a little higher and see how that might change it. So now let's say we've got cushion under the tailbone to tilt us forward. We've got a little bit of cushion under the backs of the thighs. So right there, we've just changed it. Okay, next would be finding a nice reach up through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, coming forward, you'll notice my legs are open. I like to cue this as it makes a bit more room for the tummy to fall. You can have your feet together. I find that absolutely miserable. You can do it, but know that there's different ways you can go about to work in your body. So as you are here, I'm not pulling or forcing into my forward fold. I'm letting my spine curve, my head drop. My hands are not gripping and pulling, they're just resting. So this is one way to find where your forward fold can be here. Finding your breath. So there is some ease with the support of the props, but also a nice stretch along the spine. I hope those little tips helped. If you found something that works good in your body, I'd love to hear what works. Shoot me a message, let me know, and happy yogiing.